I want to try to do a quick video before we lose power. We're having a thunderstorm and losing power is just inevitable. This is I call it my Use It Up journal. It's one of those, I can't think of what they're called, just a junk journal. That's it, a junk journal that a lot of people are making out of those composition notebooks. Excuse me. I watched a YouTube video of a girl who did one that was just absolutely amazing, and of course I had to do one. I had to start it right then, and I didn't have a composition notebook. But I had this is a Moleskine Cahier, and it's about the same size as a composition book, and I had it already in my house, so I chose to use it instead. And it's working out pretty well. Some of the binding is starting to fray. So, I don't know. It may not, actually it will hold up, because when I don't know what I'm going to do on the cover, but whatever I do, I'll reinforce that. But so far, the pages are in, it's holding up, nothing's falling out, so far so good. And it's almost done. Well, done is relative. It's almost at a stopping point, put it that way, because this is something you can add to indefinitely, really. And I don't really know what this is. It's sort of a junk journal, but sort of not. It's sort of an art journal, but not really. It's kind of like a paste book. It's almost a smash book, but not quite. So I don't know what it is. I call it my Use It Up journal because it's where I have tons of background papers and images and all these different things that I've collected over the years and haven't used. I've just been sticking them in here so that I can use them and get them out of the way and, make room for all new stuff. So I'll just do a quick explanation of each page that I've done. This was a piece of that textured paintable wallpaper that I put dye ink pads on, colored it with that. I went through my nail polishes and, had to throw out the ones that have gotten thick and icky, but you have to test them, right? So I tested them in my journal and made a colorful page there. And I'll do something else to that, add to it, and make it look, fun. And a lot of these pages have just one or two little elements on them that I just felt went there for whatever reason, and I'll go back later and add to it as I am inspired. That's a piece of wrapping paper from a magazine. This is a paper napkin that I decoupaged on there, and then that's out of a magazine. This is my orange spread, just a collection of different orange images that I had on hand. And I got a new pair of Tom's shoes recently, so I put all the stuff from the packaging there. This background was just a little random collage that I did, and these are different clothing tags. In fact, most of these are the tags off of the silk ties that I buy at like Goodwill and places like that, and I use them to dye Easter eggs. So when I cut them apart to use them at Easter, I cut all these tags off and I kept them because I'm crazy like that. More blank pages waiting to be done. That I did with some Prismacolor pencils. Those are out of magazines. They're just images that I liked. He cracks me up. Look at him rocking that earring. I love that picture. Leftover bits and pieces from another project that I did. Same thing here. That's my gray spread. That was an advertisement of some kind. Those are my pink pages. And that's just a collage. That's a photocopy of a collage that I made. That's my black and white pages. And that's just some collage-y stuff, and I think that came out of National Geographic. I have a lot of National Geographic pictures because they just have the best pictures. That is, I bought a whole bunch of Zetiology collage sheets one time. And I think I had a project, I did a project with them. And so I had a bunch of leftovers. and they're all little bitty. So I used them here. I just glued them on and then used a black Sharpie to fill in. I love the way this looks. From a magazine, from an old journal, an old page in an old journal that I did. I didn't like the journal, so I picked it apart and used the pages other places. And these are all just like you take dye ink pads, wrinkle up the paper, and then just smush dye ink pads on them. That's what the girl in the video did. It's what she said to do, and I followed directions really well, so I did what she said to do. There's my blue pages. This has got a little doodah. And that's waiting for more good stuff on it. Red pages. Another page from another journal. Probably National Geographic. My turquoise pages. Lots of room for more images here. I didn't have a ton of them. I had enough to make a page, but it's always good to have room to grow. This is sort of a collage in progress. Just when I have the book out and I'm looking through it and I happen to see a piece of paper in my stash that'll go here, I stick it on. That came out of a magazine. Those are my gold pages. More ink pad fun. And the purple pages was left over from back when I played with encaustic wax, but not really encaustics because I use crayons, but that was fun. More National Geographic. That's a paper napkin, and that's more Prismacolor pencils. And a magazine page. And oh, this was a scrapbook paper that I used a piece in another project. And I kept this couch on my mind. I love that couch, and it was just kept sticking in my mind on that piece of scrapbook paper. And then I was looking through images, and I found this girl, this woman that I had printed out at some point. Anyway, she was in my stash, and just the way she was laying on her pillows, I thought, oh my gosh, she would look perfect on that couch. So I cut her out and I glued her onto the couch. And she fits perfectly there. What's his name's ballerinas, and just some more collagey stuff. That's my yellow page. That is some image I had printed out for some reason at some point. And this is a black paper napkin. And that's probably National Geographic. I like the colors on that. My green spread. That is coming up. I need to fix that. That's a magazine, page out of a magazine. It's this big wall. It says, "This is contemporary art." If you can see it, and this whole thing is made up of these little buttons, these little pins. How awesome is that? I love stuff like that. Collage in progress, and I just glued that in a little while ago. The end. So this is coming along great. I absolutely love it. I actually feel withdrawal if I don't stick something in it, you know, pretty much every day. So it's turning out to be one of my favorite projects, and I think everyone should stop what they're doing right now and run into their art room or their laundry room or their kitchen or their bedroom or wherever they stash their stuff and make one of these. Trust me, it's fun. Okay, the end.